Grinding all my life, sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Look.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the Ball Dnt Lie podcast. This is your boy Dexter, your host, the one and only. Welcome back to another show. Hey, March is crazy. March Madness. You got college basketball that's going on right now. NBA is getting in thick of things with who's going to be the top seeds in the West and the East. You got teams who are literally trying to fight to get into the play-in tournament. And we're scratching our heads and like, some teams should not even be long in the playoffs, right? And I'm going to go ahead and speak about what team that may be. And, oh, yeah, I'm going to enjoy it for sure because I've been saying this all year long. Like, for real, like, they shouldn't be in the conversation at all. Like, they shouldn't even be in the whole playoff tournament or the playing tournament or just the top 8. It's just sad, but we'll break that stuff down to you. I'm glad to have you guys back here. It's been a minute. You know, a lot of things was going on the last couple of weeks, but we're here in the month of March. When things kind of get crazy and hectic, players around the corner, we know who's in for sure and who's out in a sense. But yeah, man, players about to start around the corner. So yeah, we're going to be turned up for that. And if you're new to this channel, hey, I appreciate the love. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thumbs up if you can. Hey, and hit that bell notification as well. Because every time we drop a video, you get the alerts to your cell phone and to your laptops and your tablets, whatever electronics you may have. We're on every streaming platform out there you can think of. All the links will be in the bottom. Audio routes, we're there. If you can catch us on IGTV or on YouTube, whatever would be feasible for you, we're on both as well. So, and I'm on all the social media outlets as well. I'm on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you want to call it. I'm there at BALLDNTLIE, and that's Ball Dnt Lie for you guys. So before we kind of get into the topic of the day, right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about and unpack. But before we do that, man, let's just go ahead and get into the news about the NBA. So go ahead and hit it.
News and notes from around association.
Yeah, so as far as in the month of March, right, we have a couple of injuries, some big injuries, and this might impact the way teams have been playing. We know the Chris Paul situation in Phoenix. He's been out since pretty much All-Star weekend with his finger. But the Phoenix Suns are pretty much winning games, so there's no slowing down for them. They pretty much have a huge gap between first and second, about almost 10 games. And if you look at Anthony Davis should be back for the Lakers sometime next week, if not by the week after that. We don't know how long this is going to be because the Lakers are going to be on the road for the next 8 games out of 10 games, I believe they're on the road. And then they pretty much lost tonight to the Minnesota Timberwolves, so we'll see what will happen, but the Lakers don't seem like they're in it. As far as the Warriors, huge win for the Celtics, who are pretty much hot right now in the Eastern Conference Finals. They beat the Warriors. It was a lopsided win for the Celtics. They won by 20 plus points, I believe. But I don't think Steph Curry was playing, from what I recall. But it doesn't matter. Good win from the Celtics. James Wiseman should be back for the Warriors. Once that happens, I think the full team will be fully intact as far as health. If they can stay healthy, that's a scary team in the West. And you have John Morant. Obviously, you know the Memphis Grizzlies are 13-2 without him, but John Morant has missed some games as well. We'll see how he folds or how he tends to play going towards the end of the season, towards the playoff. They do need him to actually have any chance of winning anything. Let's go to Eastern Conference Finals. Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler sprained his ankle. Or his foot. And I'm not understanding what's the issue with the ankle. I don't know if it's something that's just, it's been lingering, if he hasn't came back fully. Well, I just know this. When Jimmy Butler was with the brand of Jordan, right, the shoes he's been hooping in were Jordans. He only had one ankle issue or one injury to be noted in 5 or 6, 7 years. Ever since he switched over to the Chinese brand, he had 5 or 6 ankle injuries in the span of less than 2 years. So I'm not sure if that plays a coincidence in his injuries on the shoe, but Jimmy Butler, man, You know, like if you can't come back from this injury, because he missed some time this year with the ankle injury, and I don't think his ankle injury is at 100%, but they do need Jimmy Butler if they want to make some noise in the playoff. And Miami Heat is a top dog in the East, and they're a very good team. Without Jimmy Butler, they're not going nowhere. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's enough about the news and notes around the NBA Association. And obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and break some stuff down. I'm gonna talk about, and this is probably gonna be the last time I'm gonna be speaking about this team. I am completely tired of talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. I really am. Like I don't see how they should get any points or any, somebody's wasting their breath on them. Literally. But I have to put this out there because this is a sinking ship. And LeBron James is at the helm of this. He is the Le Captain or the Le GM or whatever you want to call it, right? Because LeBron James, I blame this on you. And I blame this on Jeannie Buss because the only person who did not sit here, did not take that was Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka, who I'll speak about his situation in a moment, has a slight even any responsibility in this at all. And how everything factored to be from summer to now, yes, this is solely on LeBron James. He takes the brunt of it. Jeannie Buss, who allowed him to be taking those kind of decisions in hand and trying to be a general manager as well as a player. Yes, Jeannie Buss, who greenlight and gave him basically the green light to do so, yeah, she gets the blame for it. So for her to be walking out of games while you're down by 20 in the third quarter, yeah, it's the team that you pretty much allowed LeBron James to operate under and pick and choose who he wanted to be here. But let's go and just break this stuff down to you. So I'm going to start from the beginning, and I'm going to go ahead and break everything from the beginning to the end. Russell Westbrook, summer of 2021. This is roughly around, I'll say, July, right? So the Team USA is in, they're overseas, right? They're playing for their gold, right? That's when the news reports start coming out. Maybe Damian Lillard might get traded or he wants to be out of there. They came out and shut that down quick. He came out saying, hey, I'm here to hoop. I'm not here to get traded. Portland is where I want to be at. Right when that happened is when we start hearing that, the Lakers are trying to trade, Kyle Kuzma, KCP, Montrezl Harrell to the Sacramento Kings in exchange for Buddy Hield. And we don't know who the other components or the other players that may be as far as coming out of Sacramento, but we know Buddy Hield was definitely on top of that list to be a Laker. And all of a sudden, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, and Anthony Davis were all at LeBron James's house discussing a format of how to get Russell Westbrook to come to the Lakers. And this is duly noted, right? This has been out there. So, obviously, they discuss about getting out here. LeBron James talks to Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka is like, now we're good. We actually have something in place. This is what would work for you. Russ being here, even though we lost Dennis Schroeder, we need Buddy Hield to be the spacer, the guy who can score for you when you're in a dire need, or if you're on the bench. But who can be that guy? And we need a 3-point shooter. We need someone who's consistent shooting the basketball. No, we need Russell. Okay, well, he went to Jeannie Buss. Jeannie Buss is like, whatever you want, LeBron James. You want Russ? Rob Pelinka, make that happen. So then the whole Sacramento trade was dead, right? Sacramento was kind of shocked about it because they're like, oh, wow, okay, well, good luck with that. And from that day on, when the trade was accepted by the Wizards to get Russell to come to L.A. and the KCP and Kyle Kuzma and Montrezl Harrell going to the Wizards, is when I came out that time and I said, this will not work long term. This will not work in game. Like when it comes down to when the game's on the line and it's down to the wire, who are you going to have the ball in their hands, Russ or LeBron James? Because both of those guys, I mean, obviously they're great. I'll say LeBron's a great decision maker. Russ is not, right? Russ can't be that kind of guy for you. They both play similar. They both play with their heads down, running to the basket. They can kick it out. Yes, they can both do that, right? They're great rebounders, right? Those guys can pretty much bang with you in the paint. But they will not work when you have both of the guys on the court. Then the roster they were formulating around LeBron James didn't make sense to me. The only person that kind of was like, you know what, might be cool is Carmelo Anthony and Torrin Hucker, right? Horn Tucker. So everybody else was kind of a head shocker. They signed Wayne Ellington. I was like, how is that going to work? They signed Ken Bazemore. I was like, it's too similar to what they're playing, right? Then you have Avery Bradley. Then you get Trevor Ariza. Like, I'm like, what is going on? Then you get DeAndre Jordan to come to the Lakers, right? Then you sign back Dwight Howard for his third stint as a Laker. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense of what they're trying to form. If it came down to me, they had the chance to keep Alex Caruso, your energy guy, the guy who came in with energy, right? Hustled everything. Yeah, they got Austin Reeves doing the same thing, but he ain't Alex Caruso. I think Alex Caruso is more physical, is a better defender, can play make. Obviously, he did everything for LeBron James on the court. He was throwing him alley-oops and dimes. Yeah, that's what they needed. Instead, they kept THT. And I don't know why, but THT ain't that guy. That guy is not the future Laker. He will not be here long term. Anyways, Rob Pelinka and company want to do that. They want to pay him instead of Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso goes to the Chicago Bulls, right? Now when LeBron James is fatigued or he's injured or he's tired, right? Who comes in for him? Who has the ball in his hands? Russ. Okay, then you have Anthony Davis as well, right? Okay. Well, those two guys, when LeBron James missed games, but those two guys played, they were terrible. Terrible. AD was averaging 24 points and 10 rebounds when LeBron James was injured. When LeBron James was on the court with Anthony Davis, he averaged 23 and 10. So his point only went up 1 point. Russ has been playing terrible from the beginning of the year and up to almost All-Star. And from All-Star break to now, present time, middle of March, he has played absolutely terrible, probably the worst stretch of his career. Hands down. The guy shooting 9% from the three-point line as far as Russell Westbrook. 9% since All-Star break to now. Carmelo Anthony is the only guy who's consistent. But we know how old he is. He's 38 years old, right? We know that Carmelo ain't the young Melo, so he can't play long extended minutes. You don't have no guys on the bench who can sustain and help LeBron James. The Lakers are 2-9 since All-Star break. 2-9. And let this sink for you guys for 1 second. Those two games they won, LeBron James scored 50 points and scored 56 in the other game. So that tells you that LeBron James, in order for the Lakers to be relevant to win games, LeBron James would have to drop 50 points. If not, they're getting smacked. They got smacked today in Minnesota by the Timberwolves. The Raptors came to town a couple of days ago, came to L.A., in the crypt. No Dwight Howard. They had no big. And they got waxed. Yeah, the Lakers caught up at the end, but they were down by, I think the biggest lead was 28 points. They couldn't stop nobody. The other game before that, they played against the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, they got their asses handed to them. So you tell me, LeBron James is doing everything he can. I think LeBron James, at this point of his career, or at the point of this season, only reason why he's still playing is because he is trying to chase, a Karl Malone and a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as far as the most points ever scored. He's going to surpass Karl Malone in the next couple of games. He's going to be the second all-time leader in scoring. LeBron James himself will be the second of all time by the end of the season for sure. In the next couple of weeks, for damn sure. But what I don't get is that Anthony Davis, who LeBron James allowed him to feel confident by himself to get traded. The Lakers want to ring in a bubble. And a lot of people out there who's not a Laker fan, right, is saying the same damn thing. You won with no fans, no pressure, no travel, right? All those things that make a difference in how you play and how you perform, none of that happened. It's like you playing in the open gym in the YMCA. But yeah, I'm not here to knock that. There might be an asterisk next to your championship in 2020 in the bubble, taking 5 months off in the middle of the season and kind of recuperating and getting healthy. But ever since then, they haven't done nothing. They got injured the year after they won a bubble. AD got hurt, LeBron got hurt, right? AD over here talking about, oh yeah, if I was healthy, I would have beat the Phoenix Suns. We would have beat the Phoenix Suns. And Devin Booker's like, bro, why are you talking, man? You lost. Take that L, man. Bro, it's like you have Anthony Davis and then he gets hurt. He got hurt in the beginning of the season. He got hurt right now with the whole foot situation. He ain't gonna be 100%. That doesn't take 1 month to heal. Yeah, it takes 1 month to heal to come back, but you're still not gonna be 100% until maybe like another month in, if they're still gonna be there. So what I'm saying is that the Lakers should not be in the play-in tournament. They should not even be in the top 18 in the West. Like, they should just take a break and, call it a year. And they come back next year. And hopefully by next year you have everything changed. I don't know if they're going to keep Russ here, but who wants his $47 million contract next year? Who wants that? Russ and LeBron James play identical. They don't have consistent shooters on the wings. All right, they keep that shooting guard position for the Lakers. They keep swapping out. 1 second is Kent Bazemore, who started at the beginning of the year, most of the year. Then they went to Avery Bradley. Then they went to Kent Bazemore, back to Kent Bazemore. Like, they kept flipping and flopping to their positions. They added THT to the shooting guard, but then put him back to the bench, right? Then you sign a couple free agents or 10-day contracts, right? Zay Thomas, whoever else. It's like, it doesn't work. It doesn't, like, they have no consistency at the 2 guard, and it's sad because all the hype they had, I've been saying it doesn't work. LeBron James is 37, right? If you look at defensive efficiency, right, LeBron James is 3rd or 4th in his position, or I think in the NBA as far as defensive efficiency. He doesn't guard. He's one of the last guys in the league. Out of all the players that are ranked in defense, I think the qualified defenders, what they call it, qualified, meaning you have to play a certain amount of minutes a game, right? Over 30 minutes, over 25 minutes, I believe. Over 22 minutes. Sorry about that. 22 minutes, right? Qualified defenders. LeBron James is dead fourth at the end of the list. So he's at the bottom, right? Outside of LeBron James, they can't guard nobody. They can't rim protect. They have no one that can guard the point guard. Russ, right now, let me look it up right now. I can tell you right now. Russ is pretty much, yeah. So as far as like playing defense, he is the worst point guard to play defense as far as qualified point guards. The worst. And I can show you clips right here. Obviously, these clips right here that I'm showing that you can see with your own eyes, you can tell the guy is just out of it. Mentally, he's just not there, right? This is what Pat Bev is doing is effort. What Russ is doing is no effort. He doesn't care. Team is going to lose anyways, right? And I'll show you more clips as far as what Russ is doing. It's unacceptable. How you go for a layup twice and missing like that? Guys just missing pretty much everything, right? I mean, he is the worst three-point shooter in the whole league. Out of 152 qualified players, he ranks dead last. Like, how do you do that? You know, and if you look at his free throw shooting, that are as far as qualified free throw shooters, Russ shooting at 66.5%, which ranks at 106 and 108 that are qualified. The only ones that are worse than Russ is Christian Wood for the Rockets and Andrew Wiggins for the Warriors, who are below him in free throw shooting. So Russ can't shoot, can't play defense. Why is he on the court? LeBron James, he's averaging 29 points, 30 points pretty much a game, 5 assists, 7 rebounds or so, around 7 8 rebounds around there. Why does LeBron James have to play a two-way? He's at an age where he should not be playing a two-way player. He shouldn't be. That was LeBron Miami. And then some years even in Cleveland when he came back. But LeBron now in the Lakers shouldn't be that guy. It shouldn't be relied on him. That's why it's sad. The Lakers, I hope they fix their problems. Because right now, I'm going to tell you right now, Frank Vogel will be fired. Okay? When the season's over, they're going to fire Frank Vogel. Rob Pelinka is now going to save his job for his life because of what's going on. LeBron James pretty much signed all these old heads. If you look at the entire roster, you have DeAndre Jordan, who got cut. Dwight Howard is old. Kent Bazemore has years on him. Wayne Ellington is a shooter. I will keep him. Avery Bradley is done. He ain't the same defender. And without his defense, what can he really do for you? Russ doesn't fit the system. He can go somewhere else and be Mr. Triple-Double. But if he's playing for the Lakers, he's going to be quote-unquote Mr. Westbrook. And I'm not here to dish his name, but that's what people are saying, right? Then you have other guys who don't fit the damn team. So they're going to have to reconstruct this whole entire team. Anthony Davis, I know he's young. He's injury prone. Are you willing to bank your future on it? I don't trust Anthony Davis long term. And you can just tell ever since the bubble, he hasn't been the same player. And if you don't believe me, go look up the tapes. Go look up his numbers. He's not the same dude. Dude gained weight. He's not as quick as he used to be. I just think that he's in LA, he got the bag, and he won a chip, and he's good now. That's what I personally believe. LeBron James is over here busting his tail off. He is trying to win another ring. He is trying to, break records and still consider break records. And he's trying to top Kareem as far as all-time points, all-time in points, period. So I'm not here to harp on the Lakers. And obviously I'm a Warriors fan, but hey, man, I live in Southern California. I see how it is. The purple and gold, I've seen it my whole entire life. But I'm going to keep it real when it comes to certain situations. And I'm going to keep it real when it comes to these delusional Laker fans who really think that they had a chance from the rip. And I've been saying it from the beginning. The Lakers are not as good as what people think they're going to be. The Lakers can only go as far as they want to go as long as LeBron and AD leads the helm. But those guys were inconsistent all year long. As far as LeBron James, he's been doing his thing. Anthony Davis has been okay, but they're both inconsistent. AD gets hurt. Even before AD even got hurt, what were the Los Angeles Lakers before Anthony Davis got hurt? They were still a 9th seed, an 8th seed. Like, they're hanging at the bottom of the West. They're not that good. They cannot defend. Bro, I have never seen teams that look at the Lakers. LeBron James, like, if you look on paper and you're like, oh my God, they're winning a championship. But teams are looking at them like, I'm about to face all these guys. Because there's no one that can guard them on the Lakers roster. And I hate to say it to you, but that's just how it is. Then you have Russell Westbrook sitting here talking about, they're calling me Westbrook, right? He's saying the way he's been playing bad is because the way they've been calling on his name. I don't think so. Because ever since you came to this team, you've been doing the same damn thing. Missing shots, missing layups, but then you have the courage and the confidence to keep jacking those. Like, I don't get it. Those shots are terrible shots. Go inside. Do other things that you do great at. Rebound, assist. But no. Why do you think they leave you open? And the fans, and I get it. The fans can say what they want on the court. That's just part of the game. If they want to call you Westbrook, as long as they're calling you Westbrook, that's part of the game. If they're going to go out of their way to say anything racial, slurs, right, disrespect your wife or your family at the game, then I get it. Then that's your right to protect your family. But you think LeBron James wasn't called anything was harsher than what they called you, Mr. Russell Westbrook? You tell me that. So I don't care what you say about your name. I get it. You want to protect your name because you're a kid and whatever. And these death threats, those people who send you death threats to your wife, they're idiots. They're dumbasses. They should get locked up for doing that. But when it comes to the actual game itself, they're calling you Westbrook. You can't get mad about that, bro. If that's the case, you came to this job in a public figure. Like, you came here to have your face recognized. Some people are going to hate on it. That's just the way it is. So if you don't like it, man, hey, man, just retire then, right? But don't use this as an excuse reason why you've been playing bad. You just don't fit with the system. It doesn't work with you, bro. I'm sorry. So as far as the Lakers, you can keep doing what you want to do. There's a chance that you could make the play-in tournament, but I doubt it. And if you do make it, you're going to play 2 games on the road, and then you would have to win those 2 games. And you're playing against, obviously, somebody, if you are the, 9th, 10th. Yeah, so if you're the 10th seed, that means you're going to play somebody who's above you. That means you're on the road. Then you have to play the other team that's a top 7-8 team. 7-8 spot. Or 8. So, yeah, I don't see that happening. And it's going to be tough for you guys. So this is the last time I'm talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. and I know people out there who do watch me or watch this, podcast. I'm done talking about the Lakers. And if you guys have any problems with that, I don't give a damn. Because the next couple episodes, we're going to have to be talking about some real stuff. So I just came here to get this out of the way. Lakers are trash. We should not be talking about them. We should give other teams more of a respect as far as recognition, right? Let them get speak upon. I'm not talking about the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm talking about the Warriors. I'm talking about the Denver Nuggets, the Sixers, the Nets, the Miami Heat, the Celtics, right? I can go on. Like, it shouldn't be about the Los Angeles Lakers at this point no more. Even the Clippers, to a certain degree, is doing their thing without Kawhi Leonard and without Paul George for the longest time, and yet they have a better record than the Lakers. So let that sink in for you for a second, man. This is pathetic. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I just had to get this out of the way. But we can definitely be. The next episode I'm going to drop is going to be fire. So I appreciate the love y'all been supporting me. Hey, man, if you're new to the channel, go and subscribe. If you've been watching to this point, you've been kicking with us for the last 20 minutes or so, hey, man, subscribe. Hit that, that like button, thumbs up if you can. You can catch me on all platforms, man. And I was for y'all. Y'all be safe out there, man. I'll see you next time, man. Bless.